This is Prunus Kanzan. This is a Japanese cherry, a Kwanzan cherry, and it is one of the last of the cherries to bloom in the season. We're already in mid-April. This week will be mid-April, and of course our temperatures have been warm, but then they've been cool. And in some places this tree is totally out in the city of Philadelphia. Other places it's not. Here at Holy Sepulchre it's cooler, so the temperatures have kept it more tight in its bud. So let's take a look at this tree. It usually has a very fat trunk. That's classic for this one. Many times, or most of the time, it's grafted. This one here does not look like it's grafted. We'll get a little closer. And the long branches, which are classic for this one here, upright, very upright. I remember one of the last weddings that I did with one of the party planners I was working with. We used Kwanzan cherries for the wedding, and the wedding was in May. But what they did was they cut these blooms just before they popped open and put them into refrigeration for about 3 weeks. And once we pulled them out of the refrigerator and started arranging with them, the weekend of the wedding, the flowers were opening really fast. It has a double flower. Let's get a little closer, and I have to watch where I'm walking because it's really bumpy here and lots of holes. But it has a double flower, and I'll show you that right here. You can actually see that the buds on this are double. And you'll notice that the new foliage is reddish color. This is classic for this tree. It has a wide stance to it, as you saw earlier, and it has a typical cherry branching. When I say that, it has the bark has lenticels on it. You can see that here, right here. You can see the lenticels, and they're very attractive and give a good ID feature. This one's a very, very old Kwanzan. It's well over 75 years. You can see that the trunk is very big. There's a little bit of girdling of the roots, however. You can see here how it's kind of branched out. And in some cases there's sucker growth. I thought maybe this was not grafted, but maybe it is. Although when the roots get injured, they usually push up growth from the roots. Here again, we'll see some of these long branches that kind of hang down. This is classic for this tree. And there are the blooms. Look how beautiful they are. They look like little roses. Of course, Prunus is in the rose family, Rosaceae family. And if I take you over this direction, you can see the leaves are more unfurled, and you can see the flowers much larger in their character. They get quite large. They kind of remind me of a ballerina skirt, or a fancy frilly skirt. Let me see if I can hone in on that so you can see it a little bit closer. There we go. Really beautiful. So sometimes you'll see a little bit of pendulous nature to it, or you'll see more upright character to it, depending on where you're looking at it from. But this is a very old tree. It has quite a number of trunks. Let's see, this one here, this side has two trunks, and then you have some trunks here that have actually fused together to hold each other up, which is an interesting characteristic. And another one over there, a big one here, another huge one. Look, and this one here is grafted too. It grafted itself down here before it moved off in that direction. So you have this really sumptuous tree, and of course the other side that's broken off. But it is just a beautiful herald of spring. Again, this is Prunus Kanzan, or the Kwanzan cherry.